Well, good morning, everyone. I am going to be planting my onions today. It is November 17th. My onions, sweet Texas onions, have arrived, so I'm just going to go ahead and plant them in my garden and get these taken care of this morning. I finally ordered my sweet Texas onions. I get them from Dixondale. I've been ordering from them for about 7 or 8 years now. I really love their onions. I haven't had a failure yet with them. And in South Central Texas, we do our onions in November, mid to late November. That's our coolest part for us in Texas. If I tried to plant my onions in the spring in January or February, by the time it gets to May or I want to say June, it's too hot, and then they've already bolted at that point. So here in South Central Texas, we do our onions in November. And it looks like my broccoli and cabbage are looking really good. So I came back inside and I just decided today that I was going to use up my blackberries that I have in my freezer. I have many packages of frozen blackberries from my garden. And I just decided today I needed room in my freezer, number one. And number two, I'm just going to go ahead and make some blackberry pancake syrup. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce all these blackberries in the pot down to a liquid form. And while I was opening up all my Ziploc bags of blackberries, I discovered I had some blueberries mixed in with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix it with my blackberries, and not even going to be able to tell a difference in the blackberry syrup that I put some blueberries in there. So while I'm reducing the berries down over medium to low heat, I add a lot of sugar, a lot of white sugar to the mix. I put in about 6 to 8 cups, depending on how thick I want the syrup to be. And then I do not, under any circumstances, put cornstarch in any type of maple pancake syrup or my blackberry pancake syrup. I just use sugar, and I just keep cooking it down, reducing it down until it gets to the consistency that I want. Once it reduces down in the pot, I go ahead and get a potato masher, or you can use a sieve, it's up to you. And I start mashing the berries into the sugar syrup so I can get more of the juices and the flavor out of it, and then I start cooking it for about 10 to 15 minutes on a good boil. So once the berries get soft, I go ahead and transfer it over to the sink, and then I strain the juice out of it. And then I put the rest of the berries in a cheesecloth, and then I just twist the cheesecloth real tight until I can get all the liquid out of the berries. And then I just put the liquid back on the stove on medium to low and bring it to a boil. And this is where I monitor it for every 15-20 minutes to see what the thickness of the syrup is. After I allowed it to cook down for about an hour on the stove, I got it to the consistency that I wanted to. It wasn't runny, but it wasn't super thick either. So I start filling up my jelly jars. I don't do pint jars because my husband and I won't be able to get through that syrup quick enough before it spoils in the fridge. So I do jelly jars, which is half pints, and that serves my husband and I for 1 or 2 breakfasts. And I ended up, out of all of the jars, I think I got 14 jelly jars, or 14 half pints. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am going to do a butterscotch pie. I usually do my pie crust from scratch, but as you can tell, I have my crutches over here. I'm about 4 days out from surgery right now, so I'm having a hard time standing for long periods of time. So we're going to do a ready-made crust today, but I will give you a list of the items and a short video of how to make your own pie crust. But today I'm just going to do a ready mix. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our pie going, and you're going to do a butterscotch pie from scratch. So you're going to need pecans, you're going to need egg yolks, you're going to need milk, you're going to need brown sugar, you're going to need cornstarch, and a couple others like salt and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get the pie crust going and get that baked in the oven, because you want a pre-cooked pie crust. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp this while my oven heats up. We're going to make a fresh butterscotch pie filling. We're going to bake this in the oven for about 450 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. Whole milk. You can put in 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. You're going to turn this up to medium low. You can stir that in. Put brown sugar. You're going to put your vanilla to the side because you're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You're going to need some salt. And then you're going to need 3/4 cup of chopped pecans. While we got our pie crust in the oven and our milk going, we're going to cut off 2 tablespoons of butter. You're going to separate 3 eggs, and you just want the yolks. You don't want the whites, you want the yolks. So we're going to separate the yolks. We're going to keep all this to the side. Only thing we're going to do is we're going to add some salt, just 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt to the milk mixture right now. And then all of this here, all of these 4 ingredients here will stay for the last part of making this pie. So we're going to go ahead and add some of that salt in there. And we're just going to go ahead and keep stirring this. Make sure you don't burn it. As you can tell, it's getting thicker. So now you're going to add your eggs. You're going to do really, really fast on your whisk. You don't want scrambled eggs. You want your butter in there. You're going to add your vanilla. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to add your pecans. I'm going to stir that in. And we're going to pour it into the pie shell. Just going to put the custard in the pie shell. Now, once this cools, you can either powder the top of it with powdered sugar, which is I'm going to do, or you can do a egg white meringue and bake it like a lemon pie, or you can do just normal whipping cream on top of it. But today I am going to do a sugar powder on top of mine. It's really good. Really good. I'll go ahead and take some powdered sugar. Just going to go ahead and sprinkle it on there. And that's it, guys. Very simple to make. Butterscotch pie from scratch. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.